Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
And my name is Taylor Green and I am the other audiologist here. So this is my patient first. You can see we've got this very, very deep, sticky, skinny kind of plug in here. Very telltale sign you can see on the side of the ear canal there, though there's a very, very small little, almost like a bruise you can see on the side there. Cotton buds have been in use in this particular patient.
Yeah, they jammed it right down in there as well. Like, not a good combinations of this kind of sticky wax and skin. It's not an easy one to get, especially this deep.
Yeah, and normally with these compacted ones, you tend to see it quite hard. But this particular patient has actually stuck with using some oil to try and soften this up. So not as difficult as I thought it was going to be honest. It seems to be coming away okay at the moment. We've got the standard size Zollner tube on here. I think this is the standard size Zollner tube.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it looks like they're slightly larger. Can barely tell sometimes with this magnification.
It's a better size the ear canal to this, so huge.
So we're working really, really slowly. I'm just kind of hoping that there's going to be a section of this plug that's just going to start lifting and you could just start to see that whole thing just come away from the eardrum there. Yeah, we've left a little patch up in the corner here now.
That's right down on the drum.
Yeah, so I think this is where we've swapped down now to the fine end. So we've got the smaller tube on. Just clearing away these little bits here. So we do get sometimes where, I know we've mentioned this a few times in the past, but we do get a lot of patients coming in where they'd be like, no, I haven't used any cotton buds. No way, never.
Yeah, we can always tell. We can always tell when you've used them, guys. There's no point. You might just tell the truth, all right? we know what's happened.
So yeah, we've just managed to pull, quite gladly I've seen that little piece pull up from the recess there. So we've just got this little bit up in the corner here now.
Always the most difficult part to get to, I think.
Yeah.
Having these top corners.
It's just usually because of the angle. Doesn't look so bad here, but we're normally kind of on really awkward angles trying to get these corner bits away. And again, I'm just kind of hoping that the core of this corner piece is still slightly hard, so that we pull the whole thing away.
That would be the ideal scenario, wouldn't it? For that to all come away as one nice big chunk.
You can see I'm working on the edges because I'm just kind of, again, hoping that a little bit of it's going to start lifting and then we can just start to ease away the rest of that plug nice and easy. So we're jotting around at different places here. So we're obviously trying to pull this off the roof of the ear canal.
It's good sometimes as a marker to know where the wax ends and the skin of the canal wall begins as well. It's always a good marker for you.
Yeah, and it makes it so much safer as well. Because if you're trying to do that with all the wax still there, you don't really know where the ear canal is. So sometimes you'll get a bit of a jump where, we've just touched the ear canal and it almost kind of feels like a little pinch. I know we've explained it before. The kind of feeling that you'll get is that kind of pinchy feeling. It's not very pleasant.
No. Do you know, I got told off in the comments for talking over your earwax removal the other day.
Oh, really?
They did. Somebody told me off because they said you could at least let him speak about his own earwax removal. I was scolded in the comments.
No, it's good. It keeps us going. I've seen comments saying we're wearing makeup as well. We're definitely not wearing makeup.
Really?
Yeah, people are saying we're wearing makeup. It's because you're now seeing us in 4K rather than 720p.
Yeah, that's handy. Yeah. What shade of lipstick are you wearing today?
Oh, I've gone with the just pink today.
Pink today?
Really, really, really pale pink.
I'm autumn sunrise, I am.
Oh, autumn sunrise.
It's very nice as well. So, sorry, I talking again. Go on, you carry on, Taylor. You're active. I'm going to sit here and be quiet.
I was just going to say, part of the sheen you're probably seeing is just sweat from our clinics. It's so warm in here today.
It's really warm in here today. We're not used to it here, you see, in Wales. This big yellow thing has appeared in the sky. It's warmed up the whole place. It's really weird. We're just used to big grey rain clouds in Wales. Don't get a lot more sun. But
we've just got one of the last pieces away. I think that's the last bit.
I think these are one of the more difficult ones to do. I think they're not easy. When they're down on the drum, they're sticky. Oh my goodness me, it takes forever, doesn't it, to get this out?
And you just have to work so slow as well when you're in this area, because again, you don't really know what's underneath that wax until it starts coming away. So you don't don't know where the ear canal kind of starts in some cases when it's really kind of really blocked up like it kind of was to start with, which is why you normally see us taking the edges away first so we can lift it and just see what's underneath.
Yeah. It just wants to adhere to the canal wall all the time, this stuff though, doesn't it? And although there were some quite big sort of chunky bits coming away, you'll always get these tiny bits that are stuck to the canal walls. Like you see a tiny bit stuck at the top of the eardrum there. We get a bit of flack sometimes, not always in fairness, because the comments are normally a pretty safe space for most people, but we do get a bit of flack about bits of wax, you're not doing your job properly, you got to we get that all the time, but basically you've got to always talk about risk versus benefit, and when you're cleaning off the eardrum, yes, you can do it, but it increases the risk factor. And if you're talking next time that person has a bath or a shower, a bit of water is going to go in that ear. That is going to come off that eardrum anyway. Yeah. So there's no point on taking an unnecessary risk if you don't need to.
Yeah. Or even if it doesn't, I mean, now that it's clear, it should just start naturally migrating anyway. It'll start pushing itself out. But no cotton bud use.
Yeah, if they stop using cotton buds, that's going to come away really well. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's the same on that side as well.
Very, very similar. Not as deep, I don't think, on this one. So it just very sticky again. Very, very sticky. So again, working from the edges here, trying to peel this off the ear canal. Patients, again, used some oil in both ears, so that has helped us quite a bit, actually. A lot of people tend to use the drops once and then just not use it again because they always... a lot of patients will actually say, "Oh, I used the drops once and it made me feel worse, made my hearing worse." Yeah. It's one of the downsides, but it does help so much when we are in clinic removing it.
It tends to be more of they might feel worse for a couple of days, but then they do tend to improve after that. They tend to feel better. It's because it's blocking all the nooks and crannies in there, isn't it? That's the problem.
So you can see this is actually coming away in larger pieces here now. So this is a slightly drier piece of wax in this side. So again, you can almost see we've almost finished already. There we are, the wax on the roof of the ear canal has come away nicely. We can never talk properly when we're
your whole thing of English just goes out the window when you sit in front of a camera. Okay. It's coming away nicely though. Little tiny bit of sticky wax down on that corner. So it's if you're a parent of a young child, every time you're sticky, do you know the Hey Dougie thing?
Yeah.
The stick. If you haven't seen that, guys, I don't even know if it's available in the US. Check out Hey Dougie, the stick song. Because once it's in there, you can't get it out. You're talking about Theo's now 9, so it's still in there.
There we are. It's looking so much better afterwards. Nice and healthy.
It's looking a lot better than that.
Yeah, so yes, it doesn't actually look like a great deal to me.
But that's a lot of that would have gone up the tube though, wouldn't it, in fairness? I mean, the tank, and you guys don't like tank shots, so we don't put the tank shots on, see?
Yeah. No, so we're about 1.5 centimetres, I think, on that one, so I think it was about an inch, I think it was.
I'm glad you were looking, because I didn't pay a blind bit of attention to the last bit. So this is my patient coming through now. So this is very similar to say, it's very, very deep wax, but the biggest difference here is it's much harder, which presents itself with its own kind of problems, really. Luckily here, we've managed to get a grip and pull it forward straight away. But a lot of the time, if it's really hard and formed to the canal wall like that is a nightmare to get out.
Oh, it's quite a big plug, actually.
It was deceptive. There was a lot of that sort of soft, squidgy, kind of dead skin hanging on the back of that as well. But the eardrum's looking a lot better. Oh, there we go. That was a bit of a jump cut.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so I'm there. But yeah, you can see the difference. Same thing on the other side. Yeah. You can see the telltale dimple right in the middle of it where this is being used. Yeah, there's cotton buds gone in here, definitely. Hard one.
You can see the oil where the oil is being used actually. It's all like a squidging underneath.
Yeah. I think it's a good job they did, because I think if this is almost welded onto the canal wall, and I think it would have been, patients talking to me at this point, this is why it's wobbling, it's not an earthquake. The patients, when you're talking, the sort of the tubes will move around a little bit. We've got a leading edge, so I'm just going to grab that now with the forceps.
That's another comment I've seen quite often as well, people saying about the camera being so shaky.
Yeah.
You need to take into account the size of the space we're working in and the magnification that we're using here. I mean, we're never going to be dead still, unfortunately. No. It's never going to be a still frame.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to have really, you've got a really steady hand, like me and Taylor have got to do the job. Yeah, we're really steady-handed people doing this. It's yeah, but basically, it's you've got to remember we've talked about a bridge. 1.5 centimeters, 3/4 of an inch. You go.
Oh, there we
I got
are.
a back
You
on that
got
one.
it
I
that
remember that. You've got to remember we have that bridge, so we've always got that finger against the patient's head for movement. Now, if somebody's talking to you, what's going to be happening is your jaw's going to be moving, your face on the side is going to move slightly, and that's going to move part of your bridge. So you're going to go up and down a little bit. You try and compensate with your fingers, but it's very difficult to do sometimes, especially if someone's really chatty. And in some places, people are nervous. They want to be chatting. They want to be settle themselves down before they come through. So you don't really want to stop them doing that.
No, exactly.
Like me, I'll just shut up so you can go over this bit. Sorry, Taylor.
So yeah, this is my patient now to finish off the compilation. So we've just got some nice easy little plugs in this one. We've got quite a narrow ear canal. This is the standard size ulnar tube. So you can see this is almost filling up the entire ear canal. We've got a really good grip here. Bit of a turbo wiggle going on there.
Look at that.
Yeah, nice little plug. We've got a bit of oil on the camera, sorry guys, so we've bit of blurred.
We did that for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Do you know, if I had problems with my earwax, do you know what I would do, Taylor? I would...
Oh, would you go onto our
I think
website
I'd go onto the
and just,
website or yeah, have a look at the channel page or maybe the bio page. That way there you'd find a link to our website where you could come in and get your problems sorted. Also, if you like the videos, you could always like, heart, I could never do hearts, heart, subscribe, follow, all those things would be lovely. Thank you so much, guys.
Is this the second year? I've just completely lost track now. I think this is...
So I think Mrs. B's going to tell us off.
this-
She's going to stop us from doing these voiceovers together because we lose the plot every
No.
single time.
It's coming away nicely. Whichever ear this is, it's coming away nicely. So you can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm drawing forwards, slightly touching back onto the wax, drawing forwards, touching back onto the wax. Very, very fine movements. That usually helps us to kind of start drawing this down slowly. Yeah, you go. You can see that kind of movement there where I'm trying to sort of reattach the suction. It's quite a dry plug, actually, this one. It's not a bit of a weird consistency. We're almost kind of getting a suction grip, but at the same time, we're kind of struggling because this is, the ear canal is holding this in place, and it's really, really kind of, you just imagine someone just kind of like, just kind of holding on, like
gripping on.
I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're drawing this around the bend now.
It just sheared that whole front section off then. So this plug is quite firmly in here. They always have that sort of look that you could, it's the consistency, this kind of slightly darker, wetter kind of looking surface on the plug. They're always going to be these big chunky plugs. There's usually like smudges of wax then down the canal now.
Yeah, quite a big piece actually.
That was a chunk.
Yeah, looking nice and clear afterwards. We're just going in to tidy up these last little bits here. Just get away as much as we can. Again, bear in mind these little thin, flaky bits of skin that are left in here, they can create quite a bit of noise actually, which is, if you've never seen the channel before, we call it clarinetting. I know a lot of people, or some people don't like us talking about it, but it makes almost like this horrible kind of whistling noise.
Yeah, it's got a high-pitched shrill whistle.
Yeah, hence the term clarinetting. So we have to be really careful there. This is now the second year, so that was all one side, sorry. So very, very similar issue here. Not as full, we've got a little gap above this wax. Now I don't want to go in with a curette here. I don't want to go in with the Jobson horn or any other tool because of the consistency. You can see it's starting to kind of break up in little bits here. What may have happened if I'd gone in with a Jobson horn, I could have either squashed all of it up the sides of the ear canal, which would make my job a lot more difficult, or I just would have basically just sheared a trench through the center of it, and it just again would make it so much more difficult to remove. So we're just going to stick with the suction. You can see it's kind of loose to start with. We've got plenty of movement here, but it's just maneuvering it through these little tight spaces is what's making it quite difficult.
I think it seems to be almost a few different layers of wax, doesn't it? That's slightly dry, that are slightly held together, but there's not a lot of cohesion there, so it seems to be breaking apart, doesn't it? Is it going to come out?
Just building that suction power up, building it up. It's quite annoying because you can see every time that suction tube pulls away, that's only a very, very fine little pull, and it's just losing that grip. So we just got to try and maneuver this around again. So we're trying to pull it from the side, pull it around the side, I should say.
That's going to go.
Ah, there we go. Oh, crashed into the ear. Oh, just
it fell
dropped
away.
there.
Yeah, so it's always frustrating when little bits break off. It's it's frustrating to watch. It's equally frustrating when you're actually doing the procedure as well. The little bits together, or if you're getting a grip on something, a little tiny piece is coming through. I think my video on Wednesday, which is the next video that myself and Taylor are going to be voicing over. Oh my goodness, that's a frustrating one. That's a difficult one. It was teenagers earwax removal. I won't spoil anything, but you can watch that one on the next video on Wednesday. But yeah, that was a tough whole one to do.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yes. If you do like videos, you can always subscribe, and that way then you'll get. If you click the bell button, you'll know instantly when that video goes live. There you go.
I think they're automatically. I don't know if they're automatic. No,
You've
got to click it.
You've got to click it now. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh.
6 centimeters. Look at that.
Quite a.
It's a good haul.
I know we've said it a few times before, but it's quite a meaty.
Yeah, that's a meaty, chunky wax removal. That one. Look at that. Even you've got long tails of skin in there as well. You've got everything going on in that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you for watching the video, guys.
Yeah. And as always, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another. We shall see you again real soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.